I spent $6.25 at Dollar Tree last week, $6. And right now, my garden looks like I paid someone $300 to come fix it up. I am not exaggerating. And the thing that's making me a little crazy is that most of the people in this country walk right past the items I'm about to show you. Every single day, they don't know, they just don't know. So today we're going through 6 Dollar Tree summer hacks for your garden that are honestly a little scandalous. And I mean that word, because when something this cheap works this well, that's genuinely scandalous. Now I need you to stay with me until the end, because hack number 7, the bonus, that's the one I almost didn't include. That one surprised even me, and I've been doing this a long time. Real quick, if you're new here, this channel is all about making your outdoor space look incredible without spending a fortune. Hit subscribe right now so you don't miss what's coming. We drop new content every week and it's always worth your time. Hack 1, the 50 mini greenhouse that's going viral for a reason, okay? Let's start with the one most people discover after they've already wasted $20–$30 trying something else first. Dollar Tree sells a seed starter tray with a clear dome lid, $1.50 total. And here's the part nobody tells you up front, that little dome. It does exactly what a $100 greenhouse does. It traps warmth, it holds moisture in. It creates the kind of humid microenvironment that seeds genuinely need to germinate fast and strong. You've probably noticed that starting seeds indoors can go sideways fast, they dry out, or they get too cold on the windowsill at night, or you forget to water once and everything stalls. This little setup basically fixes all 3 of those problems in one shot. Here's what surprised me when I tested it. Seeds I planted in this tray germinated noticeably faster than the ones I had going in a regular open tray next to it. Same soil, same window, the dome just holds that warmth in and the moisture doesn't escape. Tomatoes, basil, cucumbers, all of them responded. Even microgreens, which are notoriously fussy about their environment in the early stages. Now, here's something most people skip and then wonder why their seedlings struggle. Before you add soil, poke drainage holes in the bottom of the tray. The tray doesn't come with them. Without drainage, water pools at the bottom and you get root rot before the seedlings even have a chance. 30 seconds with a pencil or a skewer fixes that completely. One more thing. Once your seedlings have their second set of true leaves, not the first little pair, the second, that's your signal to transplant. Don't wait. In an open tray like this, they'll crowd each other out fast if you leave them too long. $1.50 for that. The internet has been going genuinely wild over this item and it earns every bit of attention it's getting. Hack 2, the Colander cloche, and this is where it gets interesting. This next one is the hack my neighbor saw me using and immediately drove to Dollar Tree herself. Same day, Dollar Tree sells plastic colanders for $1.25. And most people buy them, use them to drain pasta, and never think twice. But here's what most people don't realize. An upside-down colander is one of the most effective, most affordable plant cloches you can put in a summer garden. A cloche is basically a protective cover for individual plants. Traditionally, you'd buy bell-shaped wire or plastic domes designed specifically for this. They run anywhere from $8 to $20 each. Or you can flip a Dollar Tree colander upside down over your plant and accomplish the same thing. Here's why this matters more than it sounds. You've probably dealt with squirrels, or rabbits, or whatever creature in your neighborhood has decided that your vegetable garden is a personal buffet. Young pepper plants, tomato seedlings, newly transplanted herbs, they are incredibly vulnerable in their first few weeks in the ground. One curious squirrel and that's weeks of work gone in 10 minutes. The colander placed over a seedling creates a physical barrier that keeps birds, rabbits, squirrels, and most insects away from the plant. And because it's a colander, it's covered in holes. That means airflow. Sunlight still gets through. Rain still gets through. You're not trapping the plant, you're just shielding it. What surprised me is how well this works on basil specifically. Basil is one of those herbs that gets absolutely hammered by Japanese beetles and aphids in summer. Put a colander over a young basil plant for the first 3 or 4 weeks while it establishes itself, and you give it a real fighting chance before it's strong enough to handle pressure on its own. Remove it during the day occasionally to let pollinators in once the plant starts flowering. $1.25, and it does what a garden cloche that costs 15 times that does. You know what? Pause for 1 second. If you're finding this useful, the subscribe button is right there. We've got 4 more hacks coming, and the bonus at the end is genuinely the most unexpected one on this list. Hack 3, the solar light upgrade nobody thinks of until they see it. Here's one that almost nobody discovers on their own. They only find it after they've already spent $40 or $50 on outdoor lighting. Dollar Tree sells solar stake lights for $1.50, and they're fine on their own, they work, they're cute, they do the job. But most people stake them directly into the ground at about 6 or 8 inches tall, and they just kind of sit there. Low, barely visible. The hack is this. Dollar Tree also sells broom handles, also $1.50. You pull the end cap off the broom handle and the solar light fits directly inside. Now your solar light is sitting 3 feet off the ground instead of 6 inches. That changes everything about how it looks. The light is actually at eye level now when you're sitting on your patio. It casts differently. It illuminates more. And because it's solar powered, you're not running wires or worrying about an outlet. $3 total. And I promise you, when you line a garden bed or a walkway with these, people will ask what company you hired to do your outdoor lighting. That is not an exaggeration. Here's the part that most people don't think about when they buy solar lights. Placement matters more than the light itself. These need 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight to charge fully. So if you put them somewhere shaded during the day because it looks good, they'll either not come on at night or they'll die out after an hour. Put them somewhere they can charge properly during the day and then move them at dusk if you want them somewhere more atmospheric for the evening. $3 for outdoor lighting that genuinely looks like a landscaping decision. Hack 4. The rolling caddy that saves your back and your plants. You've probably done this. You have a heavy container pot, maybe 30-40 pounds when it's full of soil and a tomato plant, and you need to move it closer to the hose or off the porch to get more sun or indoors before a storm comes through. And you either drag it and wreck the bottom of the pot or you just lift it and regret it for the next 2 days. Dollar Tree sells small rolling plant caddies, about $1 or $2. And this is one of those items that feels almost too simple to mention until you've used one. Then you wonder what you were doing before. The thing about container gardening in summer, especially in the south or anywhere with intense heat, is that your plants are constantly negotiating between too much sun and not enough. Morning sun is ideal for most vegetables and herbs. Afternoon sun in July or August can scorch leaves, dry out soil in a matter of hours, and stress a plant that was perfectly happy at 8 in the morning. With a caddy you can adjust, slide the pot into afternoon shade when temps peak. Roll it back into morning light the next day. That kind of responsiveness, being able to actually manage your plant's environment rather than just hoping it survives, that's the difference between container gardening that works and container gardening that frustrates. It also works brilliantly if your hose doesn't reach the back corner of your patio. You know exactly what I mean. Hack 5. Colander hanging herb planter, the one that looks like it's from a magazine. This next one. I want you to pay close attention because this is the one that is going to make people stop and ask questions when they come to your house. Take a Dollar Tree colander, $1.25, and plant herbs directly in it. Basil, sage, chives, trailing herbs like thyme or oregano work beautifully. Line the inside with a coffee filter or a piece of landscaping fabric to hold the soil in, fill it with potting mix, plant your herbs, and hang it near your kitchen door. Here's the part nobody tells you about colanders as planters. Because colanders are covered in drainage holes, they are genuinely perfect for herbs, especially Mediterranean herbs like basil, thyme, rosemary, and oregano that absolutely cannot sit in waterlogged soil. Most cheap plastic pots have 1 or 2 drainage holes at the bottom. A colander has dozens of holes distributed all the way around. Excess water just escapes instantly. Root rot is almost impossible. In summer, when you're watering frequently because the heat is relentless, that drainage is everything. There's also something about the texture of a colander hanging near a kitchen door that just looks intentional, like a lifestyle magazine shot. My mother-in-law started doing this after she saw mine, and now she won't stop talking about it to every person she knows. And this is where it gets really interesting because colanders also work hydroponically. If you want to grow herbs without soil at all, set your colander over a bowl of water, let the roots dangle down into it, and many herbs will grow that way indefinitely through summer. Basil and mint are especially good candidates for this $1.25. Hack 6. The Illuminated Stacked Bowl Planter. Okay, this is the one people don't believe until they see it in person. Dollar Tree sells clear plastic punch bowls in their party section. You take 4 of them, stack them in pairs top to top to create 2 clear orbs, glue them together with a hot glue gun, and drop a Dollar Tree solar light inside. You get a glowing orb planter stand that looks like something you'd see at an outdoor boutique hotel. You put these on your porch steps or flanking your front door. When the sun goes down and they light up, it is genuinely something. Friends ask where you bought them. You tell them Dollar Tree and watch their face. The plant sits at the top in a small pot set inside the top bowl. The light glows through the clear bowls beneath it. The whole thing costs maybe $6 or $7 per unit, and it's fully customizable. You can switch the colors for different seasons. You can make them taller by adding more bowl spheres in the middle. You can use faux flowers if you want low maintenance or real trailing plants if you want the full effect. Most people only find this hack after they've already spent significant money on porch decor. Here's the part that most people miss. Solar lights absorb both natural and artificial light. So if you're placing these in a covered porch that doesn't get direct sun, try leaving the solar lights near a window to charge during the day and then bringing them out at night. They'll still work. Bonus hack 7. The label system that sounds boring but actually saves entire harvests okay. Stay with me on this one because I know plant labels doesn't sound exciting. But here's what most people don't realize until it's too late in the season. Dollar Tree sells bamboo skewers and popsicle sticks for next to nothing. And if you're growing more than 2 or 3 different things, which most of us are in summer, a proper labeling system is not optional. It's essential. Here's why this is actually a harvest issue and not just an organization issue. Different tomato varieties have different days to maturity. Different pepper varieties have completely different heat levels. If you mix up which plant is which, you either harvest too early and the flavor isn't there yet, or you hold out for a pepper to turn red not knowing it's a variety that's meant to be harvested green. Write on your popsicle sticks or bamboo skewers with an oil-based paint pen. Not a regular marker, not a Sharpie, those fade within a week in the sun. Write the plant name and the date you transplanted it. If you want to protect the label, clear nail polish over the top extends it for the entire season. This system costs about 50 cents total, and it prevents the kind of quiet garden chaos that most people just accept as normal. That's the thing about Dollar Tree gardening. It's not just about saving money. It's about having access to simple tools that let you actually garden well, not just garden. So that's 6 hacks plus the bonus for under $10 combined. And if you've been doing any of these already, I want to know. Drop a comment below and tell me which one you're trying first. Honestly, those comments are my favorite part of making these videos. Real gardeners, real results, real conversations. If you got value from this, please share it with someone who gardens. It genuinely helps this channel grow, and it helps more people find their way to a garden that actually works for them. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next one.